Top of the morning, fight fans. This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning the resurrected Frank Warren. Frank Warren says we want to get the fight on a 50-50 basis. Joshua needs Tyson. He's in his Slipstream now. It's Fury versus Joshua, not Joshua versus Fury. Joshua's got Tyson's belts. He vacated. Tyson's the main man, but egos have got to go out the window. Those are the words of Frank Warren. Now, reading this by itself, okay, Slipstream, meaning Fury has surpassed Anthony Joshua, and it would appear that way because of the buzz around the fight. And you look at what Tyson Fury did, well, versus how he did it, okay? A lot of times it's not what you do, it's how you do it. And the way Tyson Fury did it, he managed to stop, to convince the corner of Deontay Wilder to throw in the towel, right? And he says, we want this fight on a 50-50 basis. Well, it's Fury Joshua, not Joshua Fury, meaning they're the A side. Look, I have a video to drop, which I'll do, about the numbers of the fight. I wanted to get this out first so we can, set a platform for what's going on here. First off, let me break it down to you real quick. Counterpunching this. If Tyson Fury was the A side, why would he demand 50-50? I know he did it for Deontay Wilder, and then get this, great. Deontay Wilder's a perfect example. Why should it be, think about it, why should it be Fury Joshua when Fury himself was the B-side in the Wilder negotiations? Sure, it was 50-50 split, but it was Wilder Fury, right? So why would it be any different now? I know he's the WBC newly crowned champ, but why would he be the person that's the A side? If people don't know what that means, that's the person, that's the fighter that sells the most tickets. So the person that sells the most tickets is the marquee fighter. It doesn't have anything to do with your record. It doesn't have anything to do with your accolades, okay? To a certain degree it does, but it all comes down to money, okay? Now, when we compare money to money, that's Joshua. But Frank Warren is getting very bossy, right? Because he's demanding a Fury-Joshua fight, meaning that he thinks Fury is the A side, but then wants all egos to be thrown out the window. Look, you're already showing your ego by giving demands that don't make sense. You know what I mean? Oh, the ego's got to be thrown out the window. But first of all, let me tell you about our ego. It's Fury Joshua, not Joshua Fury. And Joshua has Tyson's belts he vacated. No, he was going to be stripped of those belts. So let me counterpunch that. So let's stop the narrative, and I knew that was coming. And I told you guys that was one of the dangers of Tyson Fury getting those belts back, what type of mentality or what the narrative will be created to happen. What will happen is, oh, well, he could retire and no need for the belts because he already figured he won them once upon a time and he never lost them in the ring, but he never defended them. It would be different if he defended them and then he was stripped for whatever reason to whatever happened to him, with the mental illness. But in this case, you have a guy that lost the belts due to, he failed the drug test, okay? And then he really wasn't mentally fit to fight anyway. So it was, one thing was going to happen or the other thing was going to happen. Either way, it happened. Bottom line. So another guy has came up, fought half the time, makes more money, sells more tickets, of course, obviously. And you beat a guy that couldn't sell by himself and then you call yourself the A side. That's what's happening right now. And I don't know if Tyson Fury's saying it. This is what Frank Warren's saying, so it might as well be Tyson Fury because he pretty much speaks for Fury on that, in that case. But anyway, this is what it looks like. Frank Warren says that Joshua needs Fury. But does he really need Fury? As far as what? Selling tickets? He's selling more tickets than anybody. Would we want to see that fight more than ever? Yes. We wanted to see that fight when Fury beat Deontay Wilder the last time. Okay? Now, all this talk, what Anthony Joshua needs, no, Anthony Joshua needs to fulfill his mandatories. He doesn't need to fight Tyson Fury. He would want or desire, because that's what Joshua, that's his mentality. But that's not a necessity, people. Okay? So we got to counterpunch this article that Frank Warren's throwing out there because he's been resurrected. Because actually he was on his way out. He was losing all his fighters. People were complaining about him, right? You know, but he still had Fury, half. He half had control of Fury. Bob, the other half. You can't forget about old Bob. So this is what we have. You guys tell me what you think about Frank Warren's statements. Of course, please subscribe, and you guys can counterpunch. Peace.